Okay, today we're going to take on problem number 5 from Project Euler. What is the smallest positive number that is evenly divisible by all of the numbers from 1 to 2? So let's get this going. Gonna make a copy of this. Open up a new VI. I'm gonna save it as problem 5. This one is called smallest multiple. Oops, smallest multiple. Okay, let's copy this in here. Okay, so one thing I know that we're going to need to do is something that we have seen before. We're going to need to create a little algorithm that will tell us if a number is evenly divisible. So in order to do that, we're going to use this remainder quotient, which we have used before. And let's see, I want to run this constant 19 times. No, I want to run it 20 times. I'm going to increment this because I don't want to start at 0. I want to start at 1. And I am going to divide, control, some number by every number between 1 and 20. And equal to 0. For each of those iterations, the remainder has to be 0. And if I can find a number that I can put through here that will result in a remainder for all 20 divisors from 1 to 20 of 0, then the first number, assuming I start at 0, the first number that I cycle through, going from 0, 1, 2, 3, on and up as high as I can go, the first number that I find that meets this criteria will be the smallest positive number that's evenly divisible by each of the numbers from 1 to 20. So the first thing that I want to do, I just want to make sure I have done this right. This should end in an array that is 20. Yeah, so I sometimes with the 0 indexing and offsetting these iteration counts, I get kind of confused. So I want to make sure my loop is actually going to go through 1 through 20. But to test this, I'm going to do something easier. Well, actually, I don't need to do that. I was going to say I'm going to start with a smaller number, but I think we can just write this algorithm. I think it's going to be easy enough that we can just kind of figure it out. So the thing that I want to do is I want to compare this array to another array. Initialize. So what's happening here is because this true is being indexed across all 20 iterations, all of these, this is going to be a 20 element array of booleans, and they all need to be false or true to have met this criteria. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an array that is 20 elements long of, create a constant of trues. And if the, whoops, this is weird because I got this picture here. There we go. And if those are all equal, and I'm going to compare aggregates, which means I'm going to compare every element in the array and get one output, then I'm going to say create indicator smallest multiple. And if that is true, then this number here is going to become that smallest multiple. But what I need to do is put all of this inside of a while loop. And rather than using this number here, I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to use this increment. Now, I am assuming that this number is going to be below 2.1 billion. And if it's not, then we'll make an adjustment here, and we'll find another way to increment this. But I have a suspicion that this number is going to be below 2.1 billion. So if the smallest multiple, if we do find the smallest multiple, then I just want to export this number out here. I'm going to call this smallest multiple. And we're going to clean this up and go over again here real quick what we're doing. So we're starting at 0, and actually I can start at 0, sure, why not? We're going to start at 0. Each time this loop iterates, we're going to increment this number by 1. And we're going to take that number and divide it by all the numbers between 1 and 20. And we're going to check if the remainder of those division operations is 0. If all of those division operations remainders are 0, we will check that by comparing with this 20 element true array. And if all of those end up being true, then that number is the smallest multiple. So I think if we run this, this should work. Oh, smallest multiple. Oh, I guess this doesn't work because, yes, should have seen that coming. I am going to have to actually increment this because 0, when you plug it into that, I guess gives a remainder of 0. The other thing I'm going to do here is add an indicator, create an indicator, create a number. This is actually going to slow down my application probably quite a bit. Now, if you're unfamiliar with LabVIEW, this is something that you should know. Anytime you create an indicator, it takes the processor time to essentially render that on the display. So if I were to eliminate all of these indicators, then this would actually run faster than it is going to be without it. And since I have especially a numeric inside of this while loop, it's going to significantly slow down my algorithm. But I'm going to give that up because I want to see how it's progressing in real time, and maybe when I'm done I'll delete that. So I'm going to run this, save it first. We're going to run this and watch it, see as it checks to calculate the smallest multiple. While I'm letting this calculate, I'm actually going to pull up what the answer is. Oh, okay, that's pretty big. Is that over 2.1 billion? No, 232 million. Okay, so we should, oh, we're getting close. So when this hits 232,792,560, this should stop. So just a few more seconds here now. And there we go. All right, so the number is 232,792,560. Okay, there you go. Finding the smallest multiple of all of the numbers evenly divisible between 1 and 20. 232,790,560. Hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.